Hey, how's it going everybody? Simple Duck here, and today we're going to take a look at some benchmark testings with Ghost Recon Wildlands using the GTX 1070. Now, I have the Asus Strix edition that's overclocked, and I'm getting some really good performance out of this game. And this is launch day for this game. As I'm recording this, the game just came out, and it's definitely one of the most graphic intense games that are out there right now in my opinion. And I just wanted to let you guys know what you can expect if you're thinking about buying this game and this is the kind of setup you have. So real quick, I'll show you my system specs here on the screen, and then we'll dive into the benchmarks, and then I'm going to show you a little bit of gameplay and share something interesting that I found out about this game. So yeah, let's go ahead and dive right into it then. Alright, so we're going to get started. You can see resolution's at 4K. It's blacked out because I have it set to borderless, but that's actually something that's going to come up later. You can see we're on the Ultra preset here. And into the benchmark. So I'm not going to show the whole benchmark test because it is kind of time consuming for video purpose, but you can kind of see a little bit of the graphic quality there, and then the final number, which 23.73, not great, not playable on Ultra with the 1070, but we'll go with very high here and do it again. And again, I'm not going to show the whole thing, but you can see the FPS counter in the bottom. So on very high, we're still getting above 30 FPS. So for a lot of people, that's probably playable. It's not the smoothest experience by any means, but your average there's over 32 FPS. So it is playable but difficult. Now this is a custom setting that I set up that seems to get really good results. You can see I've still got anti-aliasing set as high as it'll go, ambient occlusion's on, all my textures are high. The only thing I changed really was I turned the shadow quality from high to medium. And you can see the FPS counter here is still sitting kind of in the upper 30s. Here it's getting toward 40 there through most of it, and dips back down here at the end when we zoom out. But the average was 37.25, which is not bad. But what I wanted to show you guys here is this. So this is actual gameplay. This is me playing the game with that same custom setting, and I mean, you guys can see I'm in combat. Look at the mini map; it's going crazy there, pinging with enemies, and the frame rate is holding steady. It averages sitting around 40 to 42. Now this goes back to the borderless issue that I talked about earlier. I mentioned briefly, but this game, for some reason, at least for me, when I set it to full screen, I lose a lot of FPS. When I go with borderless, I get a lot of FPS back. So you saw the benchmark test with these same settings got 37, and just changing it to borderless now, it's sitting at a pretty solid 41, 42. So you do get some FPS back. Now, keep in mind, I am losing a couple FPS because I'm recording. Now, it's not a big hit. Like I said, it's only probably about 2 FPS that I'm losing from the recording, but you can see that this custom setting, it works well while you're in a combat situation, and the game still looks good. There's nothing that looks bad in this game. I mean, you could turn the settings down quite a bit in this game and probably still look good, but we've got most of the settings set to high. The only thing we've got below the high setting is shadows. And you know, if you're really paying attention to the shadows, you can notice a little bit here and there. But for the most part, shadows are there as sort of an environmental thing, so you don't really notice a big hit on those. But hopefully this showed you guys a little bit of what this card is capable of with 4K with a brand new title. You got to turn some things down. There is a bit of a compromise, but going from the 1080 to the 1070, I think for the money in this type of a game, you're really going to notice that it can hold up well. And if you guys have a little bit newer system than me, maybe you'll get better performance. But yeah, that's all I wanted to show you guys for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that and got some useful information out of it if you're thinking about buying either a 1070 or buying Ghost Recon Wildlands. Can't talk there. Let me know down in the comments if you've gotten similar performance to this with the 1070 or if you're getting any better, any worse. Let me know in the comments, and give this a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Until next time, guys, take it easy.